Accounting Made Easy. Before we proceed further, I would like to thank all my lovely subscribers for the beautiful comments that you leave for me. Keep showering your love as it really makes me feel great. For those who are new to my channel, please subscribe, share, and like the video if it really helps you. Pass it on to those who may be in need. Thank you. Moving on. In this video, we will be talking about Chapter 14 from T.S. Kariwal, that is depreciation. This video talks about the meaning of depreciation, the depreciation when charged to provision for depreciation account, examples based on the above method. As we have already talked about in the previous video that what depreciation is, in this video I am only going to brush up the concept. Depreciation means the decrease or the fall in the value of an asset over the time because of use, because of wear and tear, because of obsolescence. So whenever the value of a tangible asset decreases over the period of time, over its estimated useful life, that is called as depreciation. For more details, you can click on the I button. Also, in the previous videos, I have also discussed about the methods of recording depreciation. Please note, these are not the methods of charging depreciation. There are two methods of charging depreciation, as you very well know, straight line method and diminishing balance method. But here we are talking about the methods of recording depreciation, that how depreciation is recorded in the books of accounts. Now, there are two methods through which the depreciation can be recorded. One, when depreciation is charged to asset account. This is the method which we have been following in the previous videos that I had published, where the depreciation is charged to a particular asset account. Under this method, the entries, the journal entries which are to be passed are depreciation being an expense is debited to asset account. So the depreciation or the fall in the value of an asset is charged to which account? To the particular asset account. Then the depreciation finally is transferred to P&L account. So we are more concerned about the first entry, that the depreciation being an expense is always debited and it is charged to asset account. You remember in the previous videos when we used to prepare the machinery account or any particular asset account, depreciation was always shown on the credit side. So on the credit side you used to write depreciation. That was an evident that we were following this method where depreciation is charged to the particular asset account. Now the second method that we are going to talk about in this video is when depreciation is charged to provision for depreciation account. So under this method, the first entry for depreciation that changes. Depreciation continues to be debited being an expense, but it is not charged to the asset account. Rather, it is charged to a specific account which is called as provision for depreciation account. Let us understand that what provision for depreciation is. See, we know that according to the we have all studied about the prudence concept or the principle, conservatism principle as we normally call it. So according to this principle, if the business feels that there is some prospective loss that the business is going to suffer in future, then the business should make reasonable provisions for that. A business should anticipate all losses that may arise in future but not the profits. That is what the prudence principle talks about. So on that logic, since the business knows that depreciation is a loss which the business is going to suffer in the future, so because of that, the business should start making provision, should start keeping money aside for the same. So what is provision for depreciation? Provision means when we are taking out certain money out of our profits and keeping it aside. So provision for depreciation means that we know depreciation is going to occur in future. So that's why every year some part of our profit we are going to separately keep under this particular head, that is provision for depreciation. And when the asset is sold, then the depreciation can be charged from here. Right, that's why our entry is depreciation account DR2 provision for depreciation. Instead of charging to the asset account and crediting in the asset account on the credit side, instead of doing that, we will maintain another account, that is provision for depreciation account, and every year depreciation will be charged to this particular account. This will be better, more clear with the help of an example. So let's proceed. This is an example. A Limited has the following balances on 1st of April 2017. You have the opening balance of machinery and provision. The company charged depreciation at 10% on straight line method. Accounts are closed on 31st March. Even if it was not given, then we normally assume that the accounts are closed on 31st March every year. And if it is written that they are closed according to the calendar year, that is on 31st December, then you really have to take that into account, because a lot of children, they make mistake by taking the closing date as wrong. On 1st of October 2017, a part of machinery purchased on 1st July 2014 for 40 was sold for 18,500, on which CGST SGST is at the rate of 6%. And on the same day, another machinery is purchased for 1 lakh plus IGST 12%. We need to prepare machinery account and provision for depreciation account for the year ended 31st March 2018. That is just for 1 year we are required to prepare both the accounts. So let's see how we'll solve this question. Okay, so let's start solving the question. This is the gist of the question that I have written here. I have written all the dates here as I normally do in a question. This really helps you in solving the question more efficiently and not going back to the question again and again. As I've already told you that CGST and SGST, if given in the question of depreciation and where you only have to prepare the accounts, you are only going to ignore CGST, SGST or IGST at the time of purchase or at the time of sale, because this CGST, SGST or IGST, it does not affect the asset account. It is not posted to the asset account. That is why I'm saying that we'll just ignore it. In case we are required to pass a journal entry, then we are going to adjust it in the journal entry, but in the account we need not show it. Okay, so I have written the entries here. Now we'll start putting these. So in the question we were asked to prepare machinery account and provision for depreciation account. As you can see, I've already made the formats for both. So let's start putting the amounts here. So in case of machinery account, first of all, machinery always has a debit balance. So on the debit side, first of all, we'll put the opening balance, that is 2017 1st of April. We have the opening balance. So I'm not going to write to bank here. I'll write to balance brought down. This is the balance that we already have been given in the question, that is 2 lakhs. So the opening balance of machinery account has been put on the debit side. Similarly, in case of provision for depreciation, now as I told you, provision for depreciation is the amount that is kept aside out of the profits, but we cannot use that amount. The business cannot use that amount unless and until a sale is made. So that's a kind of a liability that the business has. It's not a liability in terms of making a payment to somebody else, but it is treated as a liability because we cannot use that amount for any other purpose. So this has a credit balance. So 2017 on 1st of April, we have the opening balance of provision for depreciation by balance brought down. The opening balance is given as 90,000. So I've put the opening balances in both the accounts simultaneously. So I need not worry about that. This much is done. Then on 1st October 2017, we had purchased machinery worth 1 lakh and we had also sold machinery. So let's quickly show the purchase of machinery here. So 1st of October 2017, since the machinery is purchased, I'm going to write here to bank and the amount is 1 lakh. So I have shown the purchase of machinery also. Now coming to the sale of machinery. Now in case of sale, as you very well know that in case of sale, we show three things in the machinery account at the time of sale. That is 1st of October, we will show three things here: by bank, with the amount that at which the asset has been sold, then by PNL, that is the amount of loss that we are suffering on the sale of asset, and we used to write by depreciation. Right, we used to write depreciation. Why? Because depreciation was charged to the particular asset account. But in this case where we are making the provision for depreciation account, we will not write depreciation here. Why are we not writing depreciation here? Because the same depreciation should be written in the provision for depreciation account. So on 1st of October, the depreciation which I used to write in my asset account should be shown here in the provision for depreciation account. So you very well know that at the time of sale, three things are shown here: by bank, by PNL, by depreciation. But that depreciation is to be shown in provision for depreciation account because we are following this method. So what do we show here? Here we are going to show provision for depreciation. Now why are we showing this provision for depreciation account here? Because every year the depreciation is not charged to machinery account. Every year the depreciation is charged to provision for depreciation account, and at the time of sale the full amount of the total amount of depreciation is taken out from the provision. Are you getting my point? Normally in a question every year we used to write here by depreciation, but when we follow this method, the provision for depreciation method, every year the depreciation is not charged to the asset account, it is always charged to the provision for depreciation account. And depreciation is mentioned here only at the time of sale. When we are making sale of our asset, then full amount of depreciation, I'm writing here full or total depreciation on the asset sold is mentioned here. You must remember that in the previous method, I'll just show it to you. In the previous method, if the same question, in the same question we were following the first method, we would have written here by bank, then by P&L the amount of loss, and we would have written by depreciation. And please note, this depreciation would have been the depreciation for the current year, not the total depreciation. But here we are taking the total depreciation. Now how these amounts can be calculated? These amounts can be calculated by preparing the working note. Let's read the question once again. At the time of sale on 1st October we sold goods, we sold the asset, and that asset which was purchased on 1st July 2014 for 40 now is sold for 18,400. So let's proceed towards making our working note. Okay, so as I always tell you that in the working note, we must always start with the book value of asset sold on the date of purchase. What was the date of purchase that was given to us? That was 1st July 2014. We purchased the asset for 40,000, right? Then we subtract the depreciation for all the years, that is from the date of the year of purchase, 2014 to 15, 2015 to 16, 2016 to 17, and 2017 to 18. How did I know that we had to write till 2017 to 18? Because the asset was sold on 1st October 2017 and it was purchased on 1st July 2014. So that's why from the year 2014 to the year 2018 we have moved. Now since this was a straight line method, so on the original cost, that is 40,000, at the rate of 10%, the depreciation would have been 4,000, right? So in these years, in the year 15, 16 and 16, 17, I have straight away written 4,000. Why? Because this is the straight line method. In the first year, the asset was purchased on 1st July. So that means only 9 months depreciation should be calculated, right? So 4,000 into 9 by 12 gives us 3,000. So this is the depreciation for this year, and for the last year we are selling it on 1st October, so it's there with us only for a period of 6 months. So half depreciation, that is 2,000. So what is the total amount of depreciation? That is 13,000. This is the total amount of depreciation that has been charged on this asset which was purchased on 1st July. So after subtracting we get 27,000. What is this? This is the book value on the date of sale. Now what is the date of sale? The date of sale is 1st October 2017. From this we will subtract the selling price. What is the selling price? We sold it for 18,400, which is given to you in the question, and the net amount is 8,600, and this 8,600 is basically the loss on sale of machinery which we required to calculate. So please note, the working note should be properly made. It carries marks. Book value from the date of purchase, less depreciation for all the years, then book value on the date of sale we get, less the selling price, and we get the loss. If the value would have been negative, that would have been profit, and profit is shown on the credit side in the machinery account. Now from this, what are the values that we are going to take? We are going to take the value of loss, we are going to take the selling price, and we are going to to take the total depreciation. Please mark my words. Total depreciation is being taken. This is the amount which I will show in my machinery account. Normally in the previous method, we used to show this amount. That is the current year depreciation. But since we are following the provision for depreciation method, so we'll take the total depreciation. So let's show it in our machinery account. So by bank with the amount at which we have sold, which was 18,400 given in the question, with the loss which we just calculated 8,600, and by provision for depreciation, that is the total depreciation, that is 13,000. So we have shown this. Now, what about the current year depreciation? That also has to be shown somewhere. So this 2000, the current year depreciation, this will be shown in provision for depreciation account. So on the same date as we are on which we are selling our machinery, our provision for depreciation, in the provision for depreciation, the depreciation on the machinery sold will be shown. Okay, so at the time of sale, we are showing three things here: by bank with the amount we are selling it for, by loss, and by provision for depreciation, the total depreciation, and the depreciation on the machinery sold is shown in provision account. Now, as you know that when we do a posting in a particular account, then the posting in this next account is also made. I'll make that more clear. Now, machinery account is credited in the name of provision. So, provision account will be debited in the name of machinery. So, on the same date, 2017, 1st of October, I will write here to machinery account, that is 13,000. What does that mean? That at the time of sale, every year we were not charging depreciation, but at the time of sale, the total depreciation has been taken out from provision for depreciation, which already had a balance of 90, right? So this 13,000 is taken from there. Now we have done everything else, so we can easily close our machinery account. Why? We are not going to charge any depreciation here. Why? Because we are following the method where depreciation is charged to provision for depreciation account. So we can safely close our asset account, the machinery account. So we have the total of 3 lakh here on both sides. Then we subtract this amount, so we get 2,60,000. That is on 2018 31st of March. This is by balance carried down, the closing balance of machinery. You can bring it down as well. To balance brought down 2,60,000, which is on 1st of April 2018, right? So our machinery account is done and closed. Now we come to the provision for depreciation account. Now see, I told you that depreciation is charged to provision for depreciation account every year. So this year also the year will end on in the year 2018 on 31st of March. We will have to charge again depreciation on the balance of machinery that we are left with. So what is the balance that we are left with? We are left with total 2,60,000. Okay, but we are not going to charge depreciation on 2,60,000 specifically. How can we charge the depreciation? I'll just show it to you here. See, depreciation on machinery sold has already been done. So what was the balance of machinery that we had on 1st April 2017? We had 2 lakh in the machinery account, and out of this 40,000 worth of machinery has been sold. So we have 1,60,000 as balance of machinery which was purchased on which we had on out of the balance we had on 1st April 2017, 1,60,000. Plus we had also purchased machinery worth rupees 1 lakh, which was purchased on 1st of October, right? So अगर हम उस 2,60,000 को segregate करें, so out of that 2,60,000, 1 lakh is separate and 1,60,000 is separate. Out of this 1,60,000 will straight away charge at the rate of 10%, so we get 16,000. But on this 1 lakh we will charge at the rate of 10%, lekin for 6 months. Why 6 months? Because we purchased it on 1st of October. So that amounts to 5,000. So are you getting my point? We had two machineries here. We had the opening balance of machinery 2 lakh, right? Out of this 2 lakh, 40 is gone. So we are left with 160. So out of 1,60,000 at the rate of 10% is 16,000. And this 1 lakh at the rate of 10% is 10,000, but we purchased on 1st October. So for 6 months, it is 5,000. So what will be our depreciation? 16,000 plus 5,000, which amounts to 21,000. Now we can close our provision account also. The greater total on both sides, 1,13,000, 1,13,000, and the balance will be 1 lakh. This will be in 2018, 31st of March, to balance carried down. You should always bring it down as well. Then your question would be complete. So I'm going to bring it down in 2018, 1st of April, by balance brought down 1 lakh. Okay, we had to prepare only for 1 year. If we had to prepare for more years, then what will happen? Depreciation will be charged to this account only. Provision for depreciation account only. I hope this is clear to you. So in this video, we have talked about the methods of charging depreciation, where I told you that there are two methods. One, when depreciation is charged to the asset account, in which we have talked about, which we have talked about in detail in the previous videos. And in this video, we have purposely talked about when depreciation is charged to provision for depreciation account. We understood how the provision for depreciation account and the asset account is prepared under this method. And this we understood with the help of certain examples. Thank you so much for listening to me so intently. If you have any questions, this is my email ID. You can leave comments or mail me on this email ID. I'll be more than happy to read what you feel after watching my videos, and I will really appreciate if you let me know that which are the topics that you are not clear about, so I can make a video on that as well. Thank you so much. God bless.